Why would you have a title of a book called The Magic of Gun Control? In fact, right here, there's a young man, real good looking, with an NRA hat on. Don't turn around and look at somebody else. Come here. Come here. All right. That's a nice looking NRA hat. Now you just come right here because I'm going to give you that book. Okay, make sure you read that, okay? You call me after you read it, all right? Now in that book, I have a chapter entitled Gun Control in America is Against the Law. It is. Do we know and understand what the Bill of Rights was when the Founding Fathers put it together? The Founding Fathers worked so hard during a scorching, humid summer in Philadelphia and put together the Constitution. 2 years later, some of them get together, the right-wing radical of the Founding Fathers, Patrick Henry, Samuel Adams, John Hancock, and they said, you know what? The Constitution didn't go far enough. And some of the other Founding Fathers, oh my gosh, what are you talking about? Look what we did, this miracle that we put together. They said, we've got to have a Declaration of Rights that no government can ever make a mistake about, so that even people in the year 2013 who claim to be public servants and want to shove gun control down people's throats, that even they will be able to understand that there's a few God-given rights that you cannot touch. And so these rights, declared within the Bill of Rights, have a synonym, and they are called the untouchables. These are the basic fundamental principles of eternal liberty that we all were born with, that cannot be touched by government. And so the Founding Fathers got together and said, what about the right to keep and bear arms? We got to make sure that nobody misunderstands that. And they put together some language that said this one, the militia or the people, their right to keep and bear arms, if we're going to maintain a free society and a free government, we can never allow that right to be infringed. And now, it's the most infringed of all of them. And we're seeing that right here in New York. And then the first book I ever wrote was From My Cold, Dead Fingers. Do you get it now?
Oh, yeah.
The magic of gun control? Yeah, it's magic, all right, when you take it from my cold, dead fingers. So, the principle behind that is this. And I said this in Syracuse, and I hope some of you were there. But I really love New York. I love both New Yorks. I love the upper New York that you all live in. Most beautiful. Most people, I tell people, if you've never been to New York, you don't really understand the rolling hills and the green farms and the cattle and the cows and the chickens and the horses running in fields. And then there's the other New York, New York City. I love both of them. And a few years ago, we came here and we went to New York City, and we went to a play that my daughter went to with her high school choir, and it was Les Miserables. Have you ever seen it? Have you seen the movie that's come out? Do you hear the people singing the song of angry men? It is the song of a people who will not be slaves again. And right here in this book, I quote George Mason, a founding father from Virginia. And he said this, quote, I asked, sir, what is the militia? It is the whole body of the people. And the best and most effectual way to enslave them is to disarm them. You see, my dear friends, the founding fathers who penned our Constitution and developed the Second Amendment believed that disarming the citizens is the same as slavery. Governor Cuomo, we will not be slaves again.
That's right. Woo!
Now, my dear friends, there is so much going on in our country. I have to tell you about a sheriff in Florida.